A little carelessness. We knew they're a very physical team defensively. They're handsy. So they're going to get deflections and, play up the line. But I thought a lot of them were just, our lack of focus and, not valuing possessions. It is what it is. Second night of a back-to-back, but that's not an excuse. Everyone plays them. So they played a back-to-back too. So that's the nature of the league, and it is what it is. So we just had to find a way to generate our own energy. At times we did. We had a little pop early, and obviously third quarter game got away from us a little bit.
People like Davis, Rui being on the bench, those things start to catch up to you when you have Spencer coming in.
Yeah, anytime you're down bodies, it puts different element of stress on your group, whether it's guys playing more minutes, guys playing out of position, but it's no excuse. We still have to find a way, and for the most part, we competed outside that third quarter, able to score, but allowed their shooters to get loose, and once they made a few threes, it kind of changed momentum for us.
What did you see out of Beal tonight versus last night?
We weren't as hesitant, which was good. There was more body and ball movement. We were more aggressive to attack the paint, find shooters and kick out. So it didn't bother us as much. No.
Josh?
Wes, how does your team will your team get to the free throw line a little bit more? Obviously, last night might have been a function of settling for threes against the zone, but tonight seemed just a little bit different.
I just think the level of aggression, we just have to continue to stay in attack mode, not settle, not avoid contact, play through it, and it'll come.
Chase?
Wes, what do you think was the difference for Trez in the first half and the second half?
I think he got a little frustrated. The switching bothered us a little bit as far as using him in the post. They junk it up. They front him. So they know he's a target for us offensively. We got to find a way to kind of get him and keep him involved. But, the energy level wasn't quite the same. And that is a byproduct of playing heavy minutes, long stretches. But, that's something we need him to bring.
And what'd you like about the way Corey Kispert played tonight?
Corey's played the same way. Obviously played a little bit longer tonight, but his cutting, his moving, he was very aggressive. He didn't hesitate. Took the shots that were available, didn't turn them down. When he felt pressure, he was great. Would go and catch, get into the paint, kick out, respace. That's going to be the way he has to impact the game.
And one more, when did Gafford first hurt himself? Because I noticed he had some tape on his thumb last night, right?
Yeah. I think it was a play earlier in the game. He took a hit and fell down, and it started to bother him a little bit. He got treatment this morning, got treatment again this afternoon. I was under the impression that he was a go, and then went out, warmed up, tried it, and just didn't feel comfortable. So out of caution, we just said, you know what, we're just better off not throwing him out there if he's not going to be effective.
Neil?
Hey, Coach, first along those lines, do you expect to have Gafford on Saturday or still possibly questionable?
Really don't know yet. I anticipate, but I don't want to speak out of out of ignorance.
And hope on Saturday you guys will, likely get Spencer back. What do you hope that will kind of give you guys a new element against Miami's defense?
Well, it just gives you another guy. He can score. He's a big target for us. He's a playmaker. So I think just, anytime you get your bodies back, guys who are starting for you, it's a good thing. A little bit of rest, a little bit of recovery. We get a day to kind of regroup, lick our wounds, and then, hey, we got to get back at it. So we look forward to the opportunity.
Thanks, Coach. Safe travels back.
Thank you.
Wayne?
How you doing, Coach? Just wanted to know, are there any positives you can pull out of this game tonight despite the loss?
We competed. And that's just it's got to be a given. And I thought we did. we didn't quit. We had a hard time scoring, but we tried to fight and, claw back into it. That's just the way we have to play. So I'm okay with the effort. I thought that was great. Defensively in the first half was positive. And obviously the third quarter, once again, it's going to be something we have to look at and figure out why. But, we let them get going and put ourselves behind a bit.
Thank you, Coach.
Last question, Chris.
Hey, Coach. When you play the same team back to back, is there any sort of gamesmanship and not showing them everything you have in the first game? I know we see this a lot in the playoffs, but with this regular season and kind of a new thing here, was that anything to do tonight?
Not necessarily. I agree in the playoffs, it's a longer series and you have to kind of play the game within the game. There'll be some things that we could take from the film, maybe utilize and tweak, make some changes, to help us out next time. But I don't think there's any wholesale changes, just as far as what we saw tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
That's it, Coach.
Consider Davis and Rui and everybody kind of down the bench. But what did you feel like was the biggest problem tonight?
First, I want to praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I think the biggest issue is turnovers. Myself especially, turning the ball over way too much, and then I think in the third quarter we gave them too much comfort at the 3-point line. They started making a lot of threes, getting in the paint for easy kickouts. We were over helping a little bit too much at times, and so they capitalized on it. They made a lot of threes in that third quarter. So I think that's what pretty much hit us. Once we turn the ball over, they come down and execute. We're not going to win like that.
Where did those turnovers come from? Was it just lack of focus? Was it second night of a back-to-back? You're down guys.
I think a lot of them were self-inflicted. Like I know a lot of mine were just getting the ball to guys better. I threw the ball behind guys a couple of times. I think Jimmy stole one, but a lot of it is, us being on the same page, whether it's cutting, like coming towards the ball, or me just making a better pass. We all have to be better.
You guys have played without Gaff. I think this was the third game now. What have you learned about what you have to do when Trez is out there kind of playing heavy minutes by himself in that starting position?
I mean, it's never easy. We understand that's a big task we're asking of Trez. We're asking him to do a lot. We're short a lot of bigs right now. So it definitely hurts us. We have Kuz at the 5. We played AG at the 5 tonight too. So we kind of have guys a little bit out of position at times, but we adjust. It's next man up mentality. We know Trez is a worker. He's going to continue to work, and he had Bam tonight, and he had some tough guys that he was going to have to battle up against. So I don't worry about him. I think getting Gaff back it's totally different. They're two different bigs. Trez is more of a dominant force with the ball. He can DHO. He can go into actions and give it a different look. Versus Gaff, more or less up top at the rim. But granted, Trez has those abilities too. So I think his versatility helps us a lot, but his wind also kind of kicked in too, for sure.
Chase.
Yeah, Brad, just what made Jimmy Butler so tough for you guys tonight?
I mean, he was being aggressive. He's been aggressive from start to finish. We all know he's an all NBA caliber player, so it's not like we should be surprised by anything he's doing. I think he's just more or less kind of putting his head down and being more aggressive, especially on offense. We all know he's a great defender, but I think he's really taking it upon his shoulders to be the offensive threat for the team this year. So I definitely applaud him for that. He's being more aggressive and making teams respect his offensive abilities.
Neil.
Hey, Brad, I know you would much rather have gotten the win, but the last 2 games you've gotten into a better offensive flow. How do you think and hope that maybe can carry on for you with the rest of the guys getting back?
I'll be fine. I've been saying this all year. It's just a matter of me just finding the rhythm and finding the flow. And once I'm in it. So I think I'll be fine moving forward. Obviously, every game is not going to be perfect. I'm not going to play well every game. I didn't play extremely well tonight either. I had a lot of mistakes that I had. So it's just more or less just staying confident in my game, having fun, trusting the work I put in, going out on the court and just enjoying it, enjoying the moment, embracing the moment, and just having fun.
Thanks, Brad. Safe travels back.
Thank you.
Christos.
Hey, Brad, hope you're doing well. What did you learn about your team the last couple of games?
We're human, we're not perfect. I think everybody kind of had their antennas up when we were number one in the East, and yeah, we did that, and we're very good. But we still have a lot of work to do. We still have some gaps that we need to fill in our team, some holes that we need to fill, and we have to be better in a lot of areas, and starting with me. So I think the biggest thing I love about our team is our fight. We don't give up. We don't back down from anybody. We compete no matter who it's against. I think that's what I love the most. We have that respect factor of everybody around the league, I would assume. So every time we come in, we're going to get a team's their best shot. So I just love how, we just stay collectively together as a team. We don't get too rattled, and, we're able to bounce back and move forward.
Gwendolyn.
Thank you. Good night. Gwendolyn Dorman for Compendio Deportivo. Bradley, overall, despite of tonight's results, the team shows a great start of season, and your personal numbers are also quite positive. What has been the key to keep that pace, and how to bring it back?
It's just a matter of us. Obviously, we have to make sure we have bodies on the floor, but we got to continue to develop that continuity. We had it in our first 13 games or whatever. I would say the last two we slipped up a little bit, but when we have a full team healthy, we know we're capable of doing. We have fresh bodies in and out, but more or less we know we have a lot of work to do. We know what we're capable of, and it's just a matter of us going out each and every night and staying together and getting the job done. Because like I said before, every team is going to give us their best. They know we're a pretty good team, so we have to expect that on a nightly basis. And and it starts with us pushing each other to get better in practice, paying attention to shoot arounds and film and everything we need to get better. And the sky's the limit for us. I know myself offensively, I'll continue to roll, so I'm not worried about that.
Chris.
Hey, Brad. You guys play the same team on Saturday. Is there anything that you gained from tonight that you're looking to improve upon based on the matchup?
Me personally, or as a team?
Either.
Okay. I would say as a team and personally, biggest thing is limit our turnovers. I think we limit our turnovers, we'll be fine. We're able to score. Scoring is not a problem. We're top 5, top 10 team defensively, so it's not like we can't defend. It's just a matter of us putting it all together. And I think we'll be good Saturday.
Thanks, Brad.
That's all the time we have. Thanks, Brad.
Like, we're the cause of the turnovers tonight in general.
I think it was a lot of just self-infliction. Not necessarily saying guys are doing too much, but there was a couple of times where they shot the gaps, and we know, that's what they want to do, and kind of just being careless a little bit. But I think, a few of those turnovers, in the second half, particularly in the third quarter, where they kind of got their lead and came in and the shooters got hot, caught a rhythm, and that was kind of the tail of the game.
What's the kind of broad message, either from Wes or from kind of leaders in the locker room, when it's a night where you're missing a lot of people? It's the second half of the back-to-back. You shoot well and everything. What's kind of the takeaway, I guess?
Well, it's always got to be next man up mentality. I think that, all great teams have that type of DNA in them. And, no matter guys are out or not, you have to have the mentality that, we have enough. And, I believe that we do. And tonight, turnovers, wasn't our best defensive effort. And, just attention to detail, within defensively and certain things that they were trying to do. It just wasn't us tonight.
You had a couple guys playing out of position quite a few times because Gaff and Spence and everything. What did you see out of Corey, out of AG, out of those guys who kind of had to fill in?
Well, Corey's done a great job, just staying ready. his biggest thing. He's just got to be confident in himself. That's the number one thing I see with him. He's out there for a reason. He's one of our best shooters. We've seen it all September and even in practices. Just got to have that confidence. But he did a great job of coming in tonight, being ready to shoot and just letting it fly and not worrying about the outcome. So, like I said, we got guys that are ready. We got guys that want to play, and it's all about us just filling those gaps when we have guys out and whatnot.
Chase.
Hey, Kuz, with a rematch against this team coming up in just a couple of days, what do you guys hope to adjust going into that?
This is great opportunity for us. Playoff style type of scheduling. With us playing here and then them coming back, and we know what we did to kind of let them take that gap in the third quarter. And I believe that if we can come in, have a focus on, what we did wrong and then apply it to the next game. I think it'll be a great challenge for us, especially early on in this season, having opportunities to go, play a team back to back, which we've had with Boston and Atlanta, to, work on, our, whatever we are trying to accomplish. So.
Neil.
Hey, Kuz, you've talked about, improving your defense, improving your rebounding over the years. You had a season high 7 assists tonight. How have you improved that part of your game as you continue to become a veteran?
I just watch a lot of film, and I love the game of basketball. I take pride in trying to become an all-around player, not just a one-dimensional type of player. And like I said before, I believe that I can do everything on the court. And my teammates made me look good. You don't get 7 assists without one passing the ball, but also your teammates finishing and making shots. And they did that tonight. It made me kind of look good in that department, but still wasn't enough.
Thanks, Kuz. Safe travels back.
Yep.
Last question to Christos.
Hey, Kyle, hope you're doing well. What is the big, after the last couple of games with against the Hornets and tonight, what is the biggest improvement that you need to do on the court to be back on the winning column?
There's a couple things. I think for us, this is a great kind of 4-game stretch that we've had. Obviously we took 2 L's, but lessons, definitely lessons for us. I think when you talk about a team like Charlotte and a team like the Heat, they're very similar in their approach defensively, having 5 in the paint and, also playing a lot of zone. I think those 2 teams are, one of the higher zone defenses within the league and how much they use it. So, for us, it's great because, we know we made certain mistakes in both games, and now it's time for us to, come into these next 2 games and, just figure out what we did wrong and just apply it. A lot of times these 2 teams, they play zone and they have a heavy nail guy, and when you're playing teams like that, they want you to make the simple pass. And sometimes it sounds like kind of, easy to say, just make the simple pass, but sometimes, guys just don't. But if we can make the simple pass, figure it out, limit turnovers, and understand what they're trying to do within their gaps and schemes, we'll be all right.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate your time.